Hello, welcome back to the Spider's Web. He's not done too bad, has he? I'm not sure about the red on this, but we'll see how it goes. So, what I want to do now is finish off the helmet, finish off the sword, his hand, glue them on, and the sword's going to have to go back in that way so that I can paint the tin bits part of it, which I'm going to do now. Ah dear. So where are we? Oh, it's Humpty Dumpty Dum. Just that, and round there. That's it. Okay, that's that bit done. I'm sure all of this is done here. It is, yes. Oops. White scar. And with this, we're going to go over this area. And as I said, we want a white helmet because he is, as I say, a veteran as well as a chapter master. So all the veterans have white helmets, I think. I know that's a standard rule, but I don't know whether it applies to the Salamanders, but it does for this one because I'm painting it. And we'll do that there, and finally just this little bit here. There we are. I want to touch more on that side because it's not covered as well as I'd hoped, or as well as I want, rather. There we are. And that will do for the helmet job, as they say, is a good one. Okay, next, what we need to do now is, with the orange, let's get his cape highlighted, which means the ones that are on the very edge, on the very top surface, will get a touch of the orange across the top, and the ones that are in the crevices and folds won't get much. And obviously the bigger the bump, the more orange we put on. In fact, what I will do, I will go through all of them and put a bit of the orange on each, but some will have an extreme highlight of yellow over it, and the ones that's in the shadows won't. It just makes it a little more, shall we say, uniform. Yeah. Okay, now in case you hadn't noticed, there's a little piece of fur there. So what I'm going to do, while it's still orange, I'm going to just use my blade and slice it off to bring it back to the nice point that it had. So that's what you do if you find you've got an extra bit of an extra long bristle on your brushes. Okay, so next I'm going to go over here and here and here. I'm doing the lines in the middle. I did say I was going to do these the higher points in the last video. It was goblin green, but then I did change my mind, and instead of doing the higher points I'm doing these ones, leaving a gap as much as I can here, because I'm going to go over these raised areas with the scorpion green. So what we're doing now is adding the highlights, and as we did the Agrax Earthshade wash, it's dulled it down so we can use the goblin green again as a highlight, which is nice. There we are. And there are going to be other little bits and pieces I'm going to be doing as well with this, so I've not finished it all as yet. Obviously I'm going to have to go around and oh dear, what's I going to say? I'm going to have to go around these little rivets and bumps in the armour, go over with the what do you call it, probably either shining gold or just the tin bits. I may even do them quite simply in the scorpion green, just to make them stand out that little bit more. Let's see how it goes, see how it looks. And here we're just going to do little lines. Don't make them uniform lines, try and make them all feathered so that when it dries it doesn't dry with a distinct line. It does actually dry, so you can see where the highlight is, but it doesn't give you that really strong edge to it, because it's the one thing we really don't want with this, the strong edge. There we are. So just picking out any areas where the light's going to hit, as we always do with highlighting. And we found those areas, we just pop some more of the goblin green down and make them stand out. The moulding's not very good on that foot, so I'm going to have to do the best as I can with it. But now the the shoulder pad. We're not going all the way across it, we're just going part way down, just so we know where the thing starts and stops. And I'm going to go over round the cross here on what I will, for want of a better phrase, call the belt buckle. There we are. That's that done. Also forgot to do the back here, so we'll do that now. And we've got the goblin green out. It's not going to make much of a difference doing this now than it would have done doing it earlier, because it's going to have the back over it, so you're not going to see much. But there's our Master of the Fleet. And this sword is pointing down, so we're going to have the highlights coming this way. Like so. And that is pointing, that is being carried perm up, so that this bit of armour is going to be highlighted like so. Trying to get just the smallest amount of paint on the brush as I can, just so I'm not spreading too much paint around, because the last thing I want to do is highlight areas that shouldn't be. But there are areas that really should be, which I can't get at to, so just want to put a touch more green on the brush. And then there we are. Alrighty then. The next part is quite simple. We put the green away and we get, or put the goblin green away and we get out the scorpion green. And this is the fun part, because now that's how we're going to do these little rivets and things in the scorpion green, just to add that little extra elements to the model. You're not going to really see this on that much, but I'll know it's there. And the next thing we're going to do is just the raised areas on this shoulder pad. I'm going to put a little bit of this on the fingertips as well, just to break it up. There we are. And it's quite simply, not so much a dry brush, but a bit of a just waft over, try and give it the colour that we want it to have, rather than just painting it and filling in. You can see it gives more of an effect. if you leave the tin bits underneath, right. That's that bit done. There we are, there we are, there we are, there we are, and finally there we are. That's that part done. Now the eagle this little cross type thing, that little effigy bob, the round knee pads, dumpty dumpty dum. There we are. I'll just do that bit as well, even though I didn't do that in the tin bits. Just see things as you're going along and you think, oh, I should have done that as well. I'm not going to do that bit because I can do that in silver. But there we are. Next we have the handle of the sword, which is again going to be in the gold. And finally, just this little part there and there, and make sure that the pommel gets more gold than anywhere else, because that's the bit that's actually sticking up. And now the back of the hand, and all these ornaments are on the back of my hand. Oh dear. Oh yeah. He's almost done.